Hello YouTubers and welcome to another episode. Today we're back in the kitchen. We're back for another attempt with the free rate 30 minute. I've taped up the foot of the erg, I've weighed the erg down. I'm planning on not getting up halfway through to adjust the erg, to adjust bay as she might fall apart, but I'm all warmed up and ready to go after a day off yesterday. A little bit of recovery. Just made sure my warm up was nice and long, so nice steady, a lot of bursts, a lot of just UT1 work, getting myself a little bit warm, a lot cooler today, so maybe that'll impact the scores, but we're going to get on the erg, see what happens, and then have a little bit of a chat after to discuss what does happen. And we've got a live stream now as well, so let's get that going. Oh yeah! Okay, we've made it off the erg. I was going to get a warm, I was going to take some time, have some thoughts about the erg, then come back to the camera, to the Yam Squad, but I thought it's much better to have it fresh in the head, have it more not thought out, if that makes sense. A lot of my videos, or in fact every single one of my videos, isn't scripted, so I thought why try and script this one post half hour. So, finished the warm down. And I've been doing a lot more research on warm-ups and warm-downs. And if you think about, I think warm-downs specifically, warm-downs are the beginning of the recovery for the next day, the next week, the next piece, whenever it is, the next workout. So it is quite important, more important than I anticipated. But that's a whole nother video. Right now, as you saw, we're on Erg World, and I didn't actually realise Bent has been doing some huge amount of works behind the scenes. We've got this right here. If you go to, can I see it? My logs, as I highlight everything. I logged my 30-minute workout, and what actually shows up, click details, and look at this! You have your rate, you have your split, and you have the averages of each split there, and it can also attach your heart rate monitor and it'll display your heart rate instead of on the erg. So if you look at the screen here, look at my split in blue, you can see that I went off with a big one, big couple of strokes, hit one, I think it was 22, or maybe that's the max there, and then wound it in at the end there as well, and the stroke rate pretty consistent there, nice. And as we can see here, the average split for each one, 40.3, 40.5, 40.1, 38.5, 35.2, 33.7. And on there's the final distance there to, as it focuses, 9181, which is an average of 138 split. And I've just realised that you guys haven't seen it on the erg, but let me show you that too, so it both matches up. So we'll get the erg here. Forgot all about that. Can't have that. Can't not show you the erg screen. So there's the erg screen there. 138, 9181, average rate 28, which does in fact match the screen here. So it's pretty cool here on Erg World. You can have the screen itself tracking you. And I think the biggest thing for me is you can have as many people pretty much as you like on the actual screen, the system here. As we're in isolation, we can sort of log workouts together, whether it's you and I, the Yam Squad. I know I mentioned last week about doing a weekly workout together, which is still in the planning stages of kind of when would be the best times, whether it's nighttime, afternoon, morning, because we're from all over the world, and I don't want to say, let's do 3 p.m. when that's 3 in the morning for some of you, or the other way around, but I'm still not keen on doing like a 9 p.m. workout because it's 9 p.m. my side, but it could be quite good for other people. So maybe it'll change throughout the week, but that's a whole other subject as well, again, for future Yam Squad to look forward to. Now on to the analysis of this half hour. So last week, obviously, we had the disaster of the half hour where I think it was about 12 minutes left, roughly, the foot fell off. And what I did this week, that you can see here, was essentially taped the erg, or at least taped that foot both to itself, so it doesn't move out, and to the ground. So it's sticky side down, so the erg can't actually be moved anymore. We're stuck in the kitchen. But great success. Put this bag of rice down here as well. Bag of rice, about 20 kilos, which kept it nice and steady. No mishaps whatsoever, which is very good. So it meant that I could actually finish off the erg. And as you can see from the splits, so I started off 40.3, 40.5, 40.1. So a really consistent sort of first 15 minutes. That first 40.3 with a little bit faster was pretty much down to the first 10 strokes. I didn't do 10 big strokes, but I did do 10 strokes faster than 40 anyway, because it's quite easy to get really excited and go and then calm down. And then the next 10 minutes, 40.5, 40.1, I thought to myself, okay, my through 20 minutes left, it said on the screen 40.6, so it rounded down to 40.5. I thought to myself, okay, I'm going to go at least 40.5, 40.4. So 0.1 or 0.2 faster than the previous 5 minutes, and then I'm going to use that as my target each 5 minutes. So basically I went, okay, my last one there, 40.1, and I'm going to use 40.1 as a target, and ended up going 38.5, because I thought to myself, okay, if I see 40.1, that means I'm going to be seeing more 39s than 40s to get under 40.1, and then that ended up being under 39 because I was seeing more 39s. I thought, okay, well, I might as well keep it there because I was feeling reasonably good. And then on top of that, the last 12 minutes, 11 minutes, I decided to make a little bit of a shift. So I saw the estimated finish meters at about 91.50 to 92.20. I thought, okay, let's see what split I need to hold to go above 9200. And it was about a 34 from 10 minutes in. And I wasn't sure about that. So what I thought to myself was, okay, 36, 37 for until 10 minutes, and then see about after 10 minutes what we do. And so what I did end up doing for about 2 or 3 minutes after the 10 minutes was going quite a bit faster again. So 35 and 33. As you can see as well, the rate started to climb up. So 28, 27, 28 for the first 4 splits, first 4 5-minute splits. And then 30, 32 for the last 2. As we zoom out and try and focus. Come on. Yes, there we go. Focus. Yeah. So 32 on that last one. And I was using that to I was actually almost taking sort of 10 or 20 strokes, a little bit higher rate, and then seeing how that felt, both heart rate and so legs wise, muscular endurance wise, and then maybe 10 or 20 strokes a little bit lower every little bit, just to see which sort of, not which system I could use, because it's not as simple as that, but essentially that's how I thought about it. If my legs are blowing, I can push the rate up a little bit and switch it into cardio. If my cardio system's blowing, I can drop the rate a little bit and switch it down into my muscles. It wasn't as drastic as, say, like a 24 and then going a 34. It was more like sort of a 26 versus a 30, which is a big difference. But that last sort of 12 minutes probably averaged around 135. So the last 10 minutes was a 130. So 35.2 for the last 5, 33.7 for the last 5, and 35.2 for the last 5 before that. So that gives an average of about 35.5, 35.6, 34.6, sorry, which is pretty fast, especially for the end of a half hour, which bodes well for a couple of different things actually. Different distances like a 5K, so 5K, say 16 minutes. So if I can do, so that last 15 minutes actually, last 15 minutes was a 34.6, 30. Last 15 minutes was about a 36 and a bit, which is not too bad again after 15 minutes of previous work, so it bodes well for my 5K. My 5K PB is a 1:34 something, which is a 15:40, I believe. But that was years ago, and something I would quite like to change. But also, this bodes well for if I do this workout again. Like, I did leave it too late, partly because the previous workout, the previous week, last week, I was at about 41 with about 10 minutes to go, and I wasn't sure where I was. This one, I felt pretty good, 10 minutes left, and I could shift on, and I was at about 40 already. So I knew that I was today in a better position to sort of step on. But is that because, one, I had attempted the workout last week and then I had a bit of confidence from that? Or is it two, there's a couple of different factors today, like big one, huge one, it is absolutely freezing, or at least it's much colder. I think last week it was outside 23-ish degrees Celsius outside. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. Probably a billion Fahrenheit. But today I think it's about 10 degrees Celsius, about 50 Fahrenheit. And that makes a massive difference. Plus it's windy, so I had the windows and doors open to sort of have just the position of the air, a little bit of a cross breeze, which does affect any workout because there is an ideal temperature for your body, because then you're spending less energy trying to cool it down, etc. So, pretty good result today. Very happy with it. Good improvement from last week, especially because I didn't actually have to get off the erg. And it's exciting to see things like, well, one, the rate was much easier to hold. I was able to step on. So for example, if I do this workout again, I don't want to have that big of a step. So is it a case of just being in the pain cave for longer, but not going as deep as late? So my heart rate may go higher quicker, but not climb as high towards the end, maybe. Definitely looking for that fan. If you have any suggestions of getting a fan, let me know in the comments below. There's some fans you can get for like silly expensive, but also I don't want to get like a desktop fan that doesn't blow enough air, if that makes sense, because definitely need a good fan. But that's a whole nother, again, video for Yam Squad to look forward to. And that will be it for today's video, Yam Squad. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Little bit of an improvement. Thank you for watching the live stream if you didn't already. It kept going the whole way through. There's another issue with it right now about being unsuitable. I think because I don't have a top on actually. But then basically if you wanted to know, not all of YouTube, but since we're all in isolation, working from home, YouTube's algorithms are very much more automatic these days rather than having more people work on them manually. So videos are getting flagged much easier, so you have to go in and manually review them, which takes a bit longer. So that's just a bit of information for you there. And that will be it for today's episode of Yam Squad. Thank you for watching. Another PB to add to the list of PBs. Hopefully I can get further away from my rate 20 half hour an hour PB. So that's about 1.4, 39.4 is my half hour PB capped at 20. And this one was at 28 with 1.4 splits. So I think a little bit of an experience to push that down. Under 38, definitely possible. And the next one I do, but I don't know when that's going to be. Again, for the millionth time, something for future Yam Squad to look forward to. And as always, remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that like button. And I will see you tomorrow for another episode of the vlogs. Oh, yeah!